fucking Captain America outfits. They is lit as hell. Don't tackle nobody. This nigga look like the Road Warrior, Animal, Hawk and shit. I'm fucking with all this shit, man. It's the new, look, he got the shield. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it though. I am. I like it. God damn, I'm about to join the force just because I just want a suit. Yeah. I'm about to join the force. Am I too old? I'm 40. No, you too old, man. I'm up with it. No, I'm up with that, bro. You see that new suit? Them niggas look like Captain America. Oh, God. Bro, them look like some shit that's out of movie.
Yes, I want it all. Wealth, women, and one more thing. I want to do that for.
All right, Shalom. This is Zariah Ben Yasharallah, Diane Lions in Camp. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Father, and to the Son, the Pale Hebrew tongue. Call Alayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ha, Racha, Kodash, Ma'amath. A double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. A double honor to my elder apostle as well, Diane Lions in Camp, Aharwa Ben Yasharallah, and the bishop of the Lions in Camp as well, Hanak Sa'an Ben Yasharallah. Shalom to the Akim, the Akwatim, and the Bunyam, the brothers, the sisters, and the children who are pushing the truth and believe it with sincerity. The water, Shalom. As you saw in the little video I put up there, the Jake man, 40-year-old Jake man, he was pretty much beguiled, by Esau's uniform, which is why I put the second video on there, and then the on the second one, it was, wealth, fame, and money, because that's what comes with that, being beguiled like that. He said, shit, I want a uniform, look, that shit look cool, da. And then Esau's gonna make it real sweet. Well, hey, we gonna pay you this too. Oh yeah, and that's gonna come down the pipe. A lot of these YNs, a lot of these, people who are still have that rowdiness within their spirit, that vigorness in their spirit, in their spirits. If they don't get yoked up by Esau's, lawmen, they're gonna get drafted, or they're gonna sign up willingly, and it's gonna be for stuff like that, to pretty much to team up with Esau. And let me stop talking. This is Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1. It says, this is Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. All right, and that's essentially what a lot of people are going to do. All right, Esau's going to come out with his deals. They sign up for the military, you'll get da. Sign up for the cops, you'll get da. I spoke to a I walked past and they were doing something, and some just I was like, hey, how y'all doing? I was thinking about, I was lying, but I was thinking about being a cop. How much y'all boys get paid? They was like, shit, we won't get da. I forget what he said, but he pretty much they don't get paid that much. And then he also said, hey, sign up, because we are in short. The same way Walmart, McDonald's, and Burger King, all these other places are short staffed, so are the police officers. So Esau's gonna push them to recruit more people, and their recruitment tactics are gonna get to people. Their recruitment tactics are gonna get to people. They're gonna get beguiled. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Knowing the climate of things right now, knowing that, well, a lot of people don't. If you don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, but knowing the times, seeing the times and stuff like that, it's evident that we need the Lord right now. Okay, and that man, in the same way, he said he was 40 years old, and he still within himself, he still pretty much had enough vigor to want to put on suit and armor, not suit and armor, but to put on armor, pretty much, that's what it was, armor, and go out there and shit, bust some heads. And there's a lot of other men who have that same, and that's what comes with I forget what scripture it is, but what's the name, sedition, There should be sedition among men, men sparing none, going into people's houses, just to feed themselves or their family, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. There's a lot of people who see the times that we're in, see how dire and dark times we're in, but they would rather put their trust and their hope and faith in things that are vain. Verse 3, so like in verse 2, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call his words back. It's like, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. That's what's like, yeah, he is also wise and bring evil. Esau is wise and brings evil, wiser than Daniel, and will not call back his words, but will rise against the house of the evildoers and against them that do iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men. Salakia. I did 1 verse 3, Salakia. Now the Egyptians are men and not God. All right. Esau. All right. Those patrolmen, those patty rollers that we see. All right. They are men. They aren't gods. All right. For me, that's what was worked, is talking to them like they're humans, because they forget that they're humans. Because like it says, and not God, all right? Because they are humans and they forget that they're mortals. They put on all that gear. You saw that one Jay, he was like, yeah, shit. Oh, you ain't too old, bro. That's it's beguilement. He's on the Esau spell as well. For the but they're men. They're men, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fail together. All that. He said APD, Atlanta Police Department. They gave all the cops brand new suits, made them feel like they're somebody, but they shall all fail together. All right. All right, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And stuff like that are devices. Just from off the video, looking at it, it was probably some strong material, but at the same time, it just looked like foam. It looked like reinforced foam. I hate to say it, but I doubt it's bulletproof. So it's just for show. It's a facade. It's a puffing up. All right, but ultimately Esau is going to come down with his great wrath. They didn't buy that for them for no reason. All right, the same way the dude was like, shit, hey, I want one too. Hey, that's cool. It's like, that's the mindset that they want those officers to be in that rowdy spirit. All right, they're not paid to think; they're paid to follow orders. And more stuff like that in different spheres are gonna pop up as well. Satan's devices. All right, beguilements, offers, deals, temptations, real. All right. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Now, where heart is mind, so there will your mind be also. So if your mind is on carnal things, it looks like if you treasure carnal things, your mind's going to be there, and that's just a place of death, a place of darkness. All right, so we have to put our treasure in the hope and faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yahushua coming out of the skies with his glory, the Lord Yahweh's glory, and the glory of the angels. All right, put hope and faith that this place, Babylon, falling, all right, burning, crashing, all right, as it's doing now before our eyes, but even more so expediently, the prophecies to speed up. Those should be our treasures. All right, and with that, our mind will be with the Lord as well. Shoot. So give me next. So we gotta remember remember the mindset, just like I was like, you know, that armor gives them that mindset of, you know, rowdiness, of wanting to you know, fucking bust some heads and shit like that. This is 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 45. This is the mindset that we ought to be in. This is David when he went up against Goliath. Then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of Yahweh of hosts, the power of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. That's our power, bro. That's our power. All right, not in the shield, not in armor, not in fucking them like arm bracers, fucking IUIC and ISUPK be wearing and shit like that, man. All that outside facade shit isn't real, man. It's the hope and faith and belief in Yahweh Shem Yahushua that fuels our spirit. All right, he says, thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of Yahweh of hosts, the power of the armies of Israel. I'm going to read verbatim. The God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defiled. This day will Yahweh deliver thee into mine hand. All right. This is he was probably like what? He was a man, but he was older. But he was young man. So he's probably maybe like 15. You know, he was legit because that's what Goliath was tripping about. He's like, man, you bring the little boy up here. You know, so he wasn't in his 20s. So he was legit. But he talking to a grown man, big ass seasoned man to war like this, you know, and this is the mindset we ought to keep when Esau is, you know, in our face and rushing in like a flood and, you know, thinking on the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, that resides within us. And Lord willing, I and the sincere Akim Akwatim are part of that number, you know. This day will the Lord Yahweh deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee and take thine head from thee, and I will give the carcass of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, the birds, all right, and to the wild beasts of the earth, and all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel, or you say that there is a power in Israel, right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true Israelites, all right? We're not separate groups. We're all one nation. We're different tribes, but we're of the same nation. And we have a power. So if you're hearing this, bro, we have a power. It's not Santa Maria. It's not guys, Native Americans. Y'all got a lot of stuff, but it's not all that. All right, it's Yahweh. He exists, and Yahweh Shai, his son, he delivers. All right, he's gonna deliver us. He's gonna save us from this place. All right, there's a power in Israel, and there's a power that Yahweh Shem Yahushai, a gift that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has given us right now to know who we are, he is, our enemies are. All right. But I pray, hope that this lesson was edifying, and shalom.